just randomly minding my own business, and then next thing we know, I don't even know, like this other Nova just showed up. I just had to have it because we needed a 7th Nova. Yeah, my poor roof that's all discombobulated that I've taken off because it blew off in that windstorm the other day. We're in the process of still dealing with that. Always something. A quick little follow-up on this Nova while we got a little bit of daylight left. But if you didn't like open the trunk or the hood, you might think it's not a bad car. But whoever did this work on it was like, I don't know. Looks like a little kid did it, but either way, that can always be done. I mean, from here, it don't look so bad. Body's actually pretty clean and straight. The old blue paint's obviously old, but it's not too horrible. I don't even remember what the interior looks like, but that ain't too bad. I don't know what's up with that nonsense. I mean, it does have a stock dash, and the door panels are actually pretty nice. They'll clean up pretty decent. I've never really seen a Nova with that style door pad on it. Or, yeah. They're like a one piece. Most of them are not like that at all. I'm not sure if that's a 73 and 4 deal or what, but obviously we need a headliner. Dash isn't so bad. It had a nice carpet in it. We just kind of tore it up the one day to check out the floor, which isn't actually rotted out too bad. It's a little rusty, but that can be dealt with. A little paint, a little cleanup. Back of it ain't too bad. Back panels are not bad. Side panels, those can be cleaned up. Couple of racing buckets. Old school 400 turbo. I can't really tell from here, but apparently had some kind of 4-speed setup or something in it, and they cut a huge freaking hole out for that. Roof's a little crusty here, but it's just an old beat up Nova. The doors aren't too bad. Rockers. Centers are actually pretty clean. Rockers are pretty solid. Apparently this thing was yellow. I'm not sure what's up with these disco wheels. Those are hilarious. Not even sure what they would even look good on, but yeah, she's not so bad. Let's see if this hood opens. And here's the funny part. What in the hell did somebody do to that? Also, why would they do something to that? I guess they moved the motor back or something, but it looks like they used a hatchet to cut that out, which from here looks horrible, but now that I'm looking at it again, it doesn't actually appear to be that bad. Because at this point we would just maybe recess it a little bit to move the motor back, so maybe the firewall is not as bad as I thought it was. The inner fenders and everything seem solid. The front frame, how they cut that little hole out, that's not really that big of a deal. Cut the front frame off. Oh, okay. I'm assuming this thing had a fiberglass front end on it whenever somebody put it together, when it was all blue. Telling by their Bondo job, that's hilarious. I don't know. Then they apparently got this front end off of something else. But actually the front end's not in too bad a shape. It's actually kind of nice. Well, of course, the board is a little more rusty than I thought. But all those Novas rot out. As you can tell, the front frame rails aren't exactly touching the core support. So we'll have to extend that. You can see there are little square tube things there. Apparently that's from where the old... Oh, we got a line lock. Oh shit. That's an upgrade. But I don't know, we got enough parts for everything. So I don't know, this thing's actually not as bad as I thought maybe. It seems a lot nicer in the day. Huh. The wheels are still hilarious. Oh, I guess. Well, I guess the door didn't really want to open very well. Huh. I'll be damned. I'm not sure what these wheels were even off of or what we even put them on, but not so bad. Like how we have the trunk, they cut that out and recessed it down to put the fuel cell in. Huh. I guess that fell off on the ride home. No bolt in there. But the hilarious part, and the reason I almost didn't get this thing at all is because of the trunk. Which isn't like rotted out, it's just that, I guess that's how they put the rockers on. This back pan that they did looks hilarious. They made it look more like a regular Nova. Cut the drip rail out and all that in the rear, which isn't that great. You can see on both sides where they put fender lower quarters on. The mini tubbing job is hilarious. But the thing's actually a little cleaner than I thought. Huh. Maybe this isn't so bad. Maybe it's a good thing Rob didn't buy it anyway. Because now I'm looking at it in the daylight, she don't look too bad. Other than it's a 73 or 4. If it was a 70, well, this would be, I'd be having a little bit of a meltdown freaking out about it, but we're gonna make it a 70, minus that big rear window there. But realistically speaking, we're gonna check out the rear end a little more. It's got a 10 bolt in it, but it's got kind of a weird 10 bolt in it, but the frame rails actually look pretty nice on it. The surface rust ain't shit. The quarters aren't too bad. The bottom, huh, that's actually not too bad there, really. But the frame's tied in. Yeah, they didn't really, that's just a piece of freaking metal, so it's not like your standard frame ties you would buy that are bent up around there. They just put a piece of flat square stock in. But at least it doesn't have the pushed out rear bumpers. And you know, she's not really too bad, it looks like. I always hated those rear windows, but maybe they don't look as bad as I thought. But we're gonna get her a little more cleaned up. I'll do a few things to it. Stick her inside for the winter. The deck lid's horrible. I don't know if it's staying on or not. The rear tail panel has to be definitely adjustable. We'll end up putting the smaller 70 Nova taillights in it. But actually, the thing's not as bad as I thought. It was actually one of those deals where it seemed to me like it looked a lot worse at night. And the daylight looks better, which is not usually the case. But I've come to realize that things actually try to hide things at night and they actually look worse, but that's how it goes. But for now, I guess that's the 7th Nova. So I literally bought the thing only to tell people we had 7 Novas, and I was hoping to piss off Will, but apparently Will wasn't that mad about it, so that was one of the reasons that. So now we're just down to the 7th Nova, which maybe it's actually a little nicer than we thought. So I'm actually even willing to say it's my 7th Nova. It's not even that bad. So the firewall and the trunk kind of made us question even buying it in the first place, but now that I look at it in the daylight, it ain't so bad, because this way if we wanted to move the firewall back anyway, so now we can. But I gotta do something here, and all my shit's everywhere. I mean, the poor sweepers, these wonderful Pontiacs that just showed up, shit in the back, the school bus. I mean, the yard is destroyed, it seems like. There's shit everywhere. Gotta get the place cleaned up a little bit, do a few things, but now that it's cold, can't really do too much. But like I said, we're gonna start doing something. I'm gonna go back now and finish the power valve on the Cornova.